What is up, ghosties? I think it's live. This is the weird part where I never know if I'm live or not. You guys, whoever is first in the chat, you will have to let me know if I am here, if I'm coming through. I'm so excited to talk to you guys tonight because I feel like I haven't done a live stream in a long time. And it's always fun doing live streams, coming on, just chatting with you guys, seeing what's up with you, answering any questions you have, and I have all of my equipment with me today that I usually go ghost hunting with and how I talk or communicate with spirits and ghosts. So I wanted to go through it with you today because I have a lot of new stuff. But I'm going to wait for you guys to come to the chat and see who's here. Give you guys a minute to show up. I am actually a little bit nervous because I haven't done a live stream in a long time. And I feel like it's always a little nerve-wracking. One, because you never know if people are going to come, and two, I've never been good at public speaking, so I always get really nervous when I have to speak in front of a group of people. I am going to tweet this out real quick so that people know I am live. How I talk to ghosts. And I can tweet that so people will know. Good. Now hopefully people come. Yes, somebody's here. Hello, Amy. How are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. Refresh me where you live. Are you in the States? I think you're in the States. I can't remember. I always have such a hard time remembering where everybody is from. But for everybody that is showing up, once again, I want to just kind of have a laid back live stream with you guys. I feel like we haven't had a chance to just have a live stream to chat, catch up, talk, see what you guys are up to. And I've gotten some new ghost hunting equipment that I want to share with you guys because I think some of it's really cool. Some of it I don't think you guys have seen before, and I think you guys will find that it is interesting and unique and cool. So I wanted to share it with you today and see how you guys are doing. Hello, everybody that is showing up. I'm going to read through here. Robert's here, Red Eye Gaming, Alani, Steph, Grace, Carrie, Roystu Family, April, Tina, Robert, Kevin, Steph, White Owl, Tina. Hello to all of you. Thank you guys so much for coming. Like I said, I love doing live streams just so I can sit back, relax. It's, like I said before, I get nervous doing live streams because I have never been good at doing public speaking, but I love doing them because it gives me a chance to connect with you guys a little bit more, read what you guys are saying, talk to some of you. Sometimes the chat goes by really quick, so I can't read all your comments, but I try to get to as many as I can during the live stream just so you guys feel acknowledged and, just feel like you're hanging out with me. Let's see who else is here. Ashley, After Dark Paranormal's here. Lauren is here. Hello, Lauren. How are you? I miss you. I know you're very busy with your schoolwork and stuff, but Amy's here, and my mother, Cindy, is here. She said Stalker is here. Abrax is Paranormal. Megan is here. Megan, I have to give a shout out to Megan because she has been with my channel for a very long time, and that is just so awesome to me that you have stuck around this long. Shannon's here. I love your videos. You're a great speaker as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that because I always get nervous, and I don't know, I feel like I don't say things right sometimes, but I think everybody kind of has that fear, public speaking. Jeff McCord is here. I'm sure he is here to stir up some trouble as always. But yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, come on here. I have some new equipment that I don't think you guys have seen before. Some of it you probably have seen, but I have started growing a Ouija board collection. And the Ouija boards that I haven't used them. It's kind of I like to collect them. I don't necessarily use them all the time, especially the ones that I'm going to show you coming up I haven't used because even though they look really cool, the functionality of them isn't that great, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Hello, Kenneth. How are you? Let me know if you guys have any ideas of places for me to go and visit in California to do some ghost hunting, preferably Southern California. I want to go back to some of the places that I've already been. Like, I'd love to go back to the Queen Mary. Sometimes I get worried that you guys are going to get sick of me going to the same places, but I don't know. I am so drawn to the Queen Mary for some reason, and I think it goes back to my love for the Titanic, but I would love to go back to the Queen Mary and maybe stay in a different room and see what kind of activity we catch outside of room B340, because that's the only room I've stayed in. Amy, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And I like to tell people too that any super chat donations, and actually any of the money that I make on YouTube, it always goes back into my channel somehow, whether it's getting new ghost hunting equipment or going to different locations, all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for your super chat. Kevin says he has an unused board as well. Yeah, a lot of my boards that I haven't used out in the field before. I want to see what you guys are saying real quick so I can answer some questions. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. Since this is more of kind of a laid back live stream where I'm not really going into depth on any type of aliens or cryptids, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me and I can answer them to the best of my ability. Some people... Amy... Oh my god, Amy. Amy said, I hope $5 is okay. But you don't have to do anything. $5 is plenty. That is awesome. Thank you so much. You really don't have to do that, but thank you. I appreciate it. Robert said, don't summon the demon. Don't use the board because it summons demons. And I have to challenge you on that, because I don't think the boards summon demons. I think it's all about intent. I think if you're using the board in a positive way to positively connect with spirits, I think they are perfectly fine to use. I think if you have ill intent and you use the board wanting to talk to something negative, then I think you can contact something negative, but I don't think the boards are evil themselves, and I don't think that they just contact demons. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I respect everybody's opinion on the boards. Dale said, wow, where are you at? I'm in my house. Where are you at, Dale? Joey is here. Joey, I have to apologize for not getting back to you soon. I do want to plan something. We have to get together and do some type of ghost hunt together. Because I think that would be really, really cool. Robert said, I have a question. You should go onto the B deck of the boat and stay in another room. I would love to. So, for those of you that don't know, I've been on the Queen Mary before, and I've stayed in room B340, which is supposed to be the most haunted room on the ship. And they think it's the most haunted because it's really close to the pool area, which is another really haunted area on the ship. And for some reason, they think that there is a vortex within the pool. And since B340 is so close to the pool, that means it's close to the vortex as well. But they also say that the entire B deck itself is really, really haunted. So I would love to go back to the Queen Mary and stay in another room on the B deck. Plus, I've never been able to get into, what is that called? The, you know, where people were quarantined. I've never been into that area, which I would love to get into. So I think another stay at the Queen Mary will be coming up soon. Let me see what else you are saying real quick. Ashley said, the board doesn't summon demons. It depends on if you follow the rules and how well you use the board. Yeah, I agree, Ashley. I think, like I said before, I think it's all within intent. And, you know, and that's with any type of spirit communication device that I'm going to show you, because I have a lot of different ways to communicate with spirits, and I think with any of them, it's all about your intent. If you want to try to contact something negative, then you could contact something negative. But if you have a positive state of mind and you're going in it with good intentions, I think you will get good responses. Let me see. Jose, hello Michael. What got Jose said, hello, what got you interested in the paranormal? Greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. You know, it's funny, Jose. I have family that's in Texas, and they just sent me a link about I think it's a ship or a submarine or something like that that just became available to do paranormal investigations. So I want to make a trip out to Texas to do that. But what got me into the paranormal, I don't, honestly, I don't think anything specifically got me into the paranormal. Ever since I can remember, I've always been a fan of scary things, horror movies, Halloween, ghosts. It's just always fascinated me, and I've always wondered what happens after we die. Is there something else out there? How can these things happen that we can't explain? And I think that's why I'm so interested in the paranormal, and it's always my quest to figure out what else is out there and can we speak to it. And I just love it. And when you're out investigating and you start getting these pieces of evidence, it's addictive. It makes you want to go out and get more pieces of evidence. So yeah, I don't think it's one thing per se that got me into the paranormal. It's like in my blood. Let's see. Chris said, intention is everything. Very, very true. Just talking about spirits will draw them to the board without any equipment. Yeah, it's very true. You can just talk about spirits and it kind of sends out a light, like a beacon for them to be drawn to you. So people that are very into paranormal and are doing ghost hunts, it's almost like they become hypersensitive to these things because the spirits are drawn to people, especially when they know that you're trying to communicate with them. Amy said, I used to watch the paranormal shows with the late Peter James. He actually spoke to a little girl named Jackie on the Queen Mary. Yes, so Jackie is one of the resident ghosts on the Queen Mary. They say that she hangs out a lot near the pool area, and when I went and did some of the private ghost tours on the Queen Mary, we went to the pool room and in the locker room, which is normally off limits, and we got to go down there and see if we could communicate with Jackie. Unfortunately, while we were there, I don't feel like we got much interaction with her, but the lead investigator that was with us, he played a lot of evidence that he got, and it's just really cool. Alex said, first like, dudes. Yes, if you haven't already, give this live stream a like, because it does help our videos and our channels out. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys too is that for some reason YouTube isn't very good at pushing notifications out to you guys when I release a new video. My suggestion is make sure you have the bell on so you get notified, and if you're still not getting notified, then follow me on Twitter or on Instagram, because once I post a video here on YouTube, I automatically post it on Twitter and on Instagram as well. So that's just kind of like a backup way for you guys to know when I post a new video. But let me answer a couple more questions. Roy Sue family said, if you come to Fort Worth, you should go to Miss Molly's. It's an old brothel. I'll have to look it up. I want to do some more traveling coming up. Unfortunately, during the holiday season, it's really hard to get out and travel during the holiday season is a lot more expensive. Flights, hotels, everything. So I'm waiting till after the holiday season to try to book some more further away investigations. But there are some more places here in California that I want to stay at. There's a bunch of hotels around the area that are said to be haunted. I want to go back to the Queen Mary. I don't remember who it was, but one of my subscribers mentioned Pendleton Road, and I've been doing some research on that, and I think I want to go there next. I kind of want to go there this week and have the video out by the end of this week, so look forward to that. Let's see. Drew Bone said, "Hello, Mike. I don't know if you remember me, but I messaged you a couple weekends ago." It does sound familiar. I think, was it on Facebook that you messaged me? And let's see. Jill said, "I like before I even watch." Thank you, Jill. I really do appreciate that. I really do. Kenneth asked, "Do you watch The Scariest Night of My Life on Destination America?" I don't. Is that a new paranormal show? I haven't even seen it. To be honest, I don't really have cable anymore. We got rid of cable because I've only been watching Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV. So we were never watching our cable. So we just got rid of it. Chris McCord said, "Do you think you'll go to Alcatraz?" I would love to go to Alcatraz. I've been there twice, but that was before I started my YouTube channel, and both times that I went, I never did any type of ghost hunting. As far as the times that I've been there, when you go, it is really busy, and it would be really hard to catch anything on camera or audio without having noise pollution, because there are a lot of people there. I don't think they let people do private investigations, and if they do, I'm assuming it will be very expensive. But that doesn't mean I can't just go there and do a video, because that would still, I think you guys would still be interested in that if I just went and filmed, and you never know what you're going to catch on camera. So maybe I should. Let me see. Megan said, "How about Winchester or Camp Crystal Lake here in California?" I didn't know there was a Camp Crystal Lake here in California. And the Winchester Mystery House. Oh, that would be a dream. I have been to the Winchester Mystery House about 3 times, again, just to do their tours, and I am completely fascinated by the house. I'm fascinated by the story, fascinated by everything that has to do with Sarah Winchester. If I could go to the Winchester Mystery House, I would love to, but I think I will have to be a bigger channel with some more persuasion for that to happen. But I would definitely love to. Let's see. Hello, Hope. How are you? And let's see. Roy Sufam said, "Do you think someone should use the Ouija board if they're grieving a loved one, or would leave them open for other things? I have wanted to use mine since my son passed, but I'm kind of scared." So here's my thoughts on that. I really do think that if you are going to do any type of spirit communication, whether it be with a Ouija board or a spirit box or spirit dice, I really think you need to be in a stable place, in a solid place in your mind, in your life, because a lot of times negative energies, negative entities do like to feed on people that are weakened by grief or anger or any type of emotional upset. I'm not saying you can't, but if you do, just be careful. A lot of times what I will do is I will just envision myself in like a white light before I do any investigation, and that is like my armor. So if you are going to try to communicate with somebody that passed away, just make sure the day that you're doing it, you feel in a stable place, and that you protect yourself with whatever you want. You can do it with prayer, you can do it with a white light, whatever makes you happy. And I'm also very sorry to hear about your loss. I can't imagine what it's like or what you're going through, so I'm really sorry to hear that. Let's see. Brandon Harris says, "I love you, Boo Boo Michael." Hi, I love you too. How are you doing? Haunted Road Media, good evening, Michael. Great to see you live streaming. Thank you so much. It's been a while. Like I was saying earlier, I was nervous to start live streaming again because I just haven't done it in a while, and yeah, it kind of gets nerve-wracking a little bit. Let's see. So what do you guys think? Do you want to see some of the equipment that I have to communicate with spirits? Some of it you guys have seen multiple times in many of my videos. Some of it you haven't seen yet, but I wanted to go over it with you because I think it's fun. I like to introduce you guys to kind of different ways to communicate with spirits, and I just like to show you kind of the stuff that I use, because a lot of times people do ask what I use when I'm communicating. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with the very common stuff and just work my way towards the stuff that is kind of new to me. Not in the sense that I didn't know what it was, but what I purchased recently. So, of course, we have the EMF detector, and I need to, hold on, I need to pull this down a little bit because I can't see what I'm doing. So we have the EMF detector, and people are usually very familiar with this. It detects different fluctuations in electromagnetic frequency, which is supposed to let you know if spirits are around or not. I've had some good experiences with this, especially when I was staying at the Farnsworth Inn. I had this set on the bed at the hotel, and it said that at that location that I was at, the spirit likes to sit on the bed. And so I had this sitting on the bed, and I had it turned on, and there was a couple times that it actually spiked up to red. And I thought that was really, really interesting because, you know, that's the legend, that the ghost sits on the bed. So I thought it was really cool. Other than that, on other investigations that have gone on, I haven't had much luck with the EMF detector, and I don't know why. Because I see a lot of other people's videos where it goes off quite frequently, and I don't know. I walk around with it, I go from different room to room, and usually it doesn't move at all. But I did have some good experiences while I was at the Farnsworth Inn. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. It's the Farnsworth Inn investigation in Gettysburg, which is just a super creepy hotel as it is. If you ever have the chance to go there, definitely go and check it out because it is a really cool place to stay. Also, if you guys have any thoughts on any of these equipment, let me know in the comments below, especially if you guys go ghost hunting yourself. Do you like them? Have you used them? Have they worked for you? Let me know, because I like to hear other people's experiences with the equipment too, and I like to hear what people like and what they don't like. And for me, the EMF detector is one of those things where I could take it or leave it. It's not my favorite piece of equipment, and it's, you know, just kind of it's there. Let me see what you're saying real quick. Oh, Drew Bone said, can you say ooh girl? Ooh girl. I don't know why you wanted me to say that, but there you go. Jose said, what do you think of the YouTubers that fake their videos for views? MoSargi, as an example, that guy is a complete joke. Okay, I'm going to say this without trying to make anybody mad or offend anybody, but I don't watch a lot of channels, especially when they fake things. You know, MoSargi, J Station, the list goes on. I don't watch them because I want to watch videos where people are catching actual paranormal activity on camera. Now, I don't want to take away from what they're doing. I think they're very creative. They're probably really great people. They're probably really nice. I don't want to discredit them at all. I just like to watch actual evidence, and it does kind of make me mad when channels go out and fake things, because other people that aren't as familiar with the paranormal, they watch their videos where they're staging paranormal activity, and then everybody thinks that's how the paranormal works. You know, people that watch them think that when you go into a location, you're automatically going to see doors slamming, windows shutting, you're going to, I don't know, see chairs move and tables flip over. And honestly, it's very, very rare for that type of activity to happen. As many locations that I've been to, and as haunted as some of them are, I personally have never seen an object move with my own two eyes or caught an object moving on camera. I've caught some really good EVPs. I've caught some really good disembodied voices. So I don't want to say anything bad about them. I just don't agree with the videos that they're making. So personally, I don't watch them. And that's just kind of my thought on that. Let's see. Elena said, what do you think about investigating someone's home? I would love to, like, honestly, I do have a website set up. It's MichaelScot.com. And I do have it set up on there where if somebody wants me to come to their home and do an investigation to see if I can find anything there, I do have that set up. I would love to do more house investigations. It just hasn't come up, but I would love to do it. Roy Sue Friendly said, Jose, everyone knows the videos were faked anyway. Always said it's for entertainment. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Here's my thing with those videos and the people that are staging the activity. I'm all for making creative videos, and I love that people express their creativity. I just want them. I wish they would put in the disclaimer or in the description that it's for entertainment purposes only, because a lot of their younger audience, they don't know the difference. They don't know if it's for entertainment purposes or not. So yeah, that's just my take on it. Let's see. Sad bunnies die. I'm sorry. That name made me laugh. EMF detectors often react to bigger cams, mic, and other electronic equipment because they can detect high. Yeah, it's very true. That's another reason why EMF detectors aren't my favorite piece of equipment to use, because when I'm doing an investigation, I always have my camera on and running, because if anything does happen, I want to catch it on camera. So I feel like sometimes this isn't as reliable, because if it were to go off, I don't know 100% if it's the electronics around me or if it's the presence of a spirit. So yes, very, very good point. Hope said, Kim and I use the EMF detector at my grandma's farm, and it goes off frequently. We keep thinking it might be the vibrations of us walking around, but we haven't been able to debunk it. Yeah, and you know, that's another thing. A lot of times if you're watching people's videos, if they claim that every single thing that they hear is paranormal and they never debunk anything, you know, just be leery of that, or be careful of that. For example, I went to the Sally house, and while we were there, Mark had an experience with the flashlight where it started strobing, and I didn't think that flashlight was supposed to do that. I didn't think it was supposed to strobe, so we thought that was a great piece of paranormal evidence. After I'd gotten home, and a few of my subscribers had commented and said, hey, I have that flashlight. It does have a strobe function. If you hold down the power button, it'll start to strobe. And sure enough, it did. So I went back to that video and I pinned a comment on that video letting everybody know that that piece of paranormal evidence has been debunked. And I think a lot of people should do that. If later on you find out that something wasn't paranormal, it's good to put that out there so that people know what is and what isn't paranormal. And it's always good to be truthful and honest, because that's one of the things that is most important to me, is my credibility as a paranormal investigator, because I want people to know that if they're coming to my channel that they are going to see real paranormal evidence, opposed to some of the other channels. Let's see. Tina said, have you ever tried your paranormal equipment in your own home or don't want to invite something in? I have used some of my equipment in my house. I used the Ouija board, I've used the spirit box and EMF detector, especially when I bought my haunted doll. If you didn't know, a while back I bought a haunted doll on eBay because I wanted to do some investigations on it. I wanted to see if it really was haunted. I wanted to see if I could communicate with whatever spirit was attached to it. So I did use the equipment in my home. My advice to you is if you do want to use the equipment in your home, what I do afterwards is I go around and I cleanse the house with sage, and I just tell all negative energy that might be here that it has to leave, and only positive energy can stay. And you know, some people like to go around and do prayers. That works too. Whatever you want, as long as you are forceful and letting negative energies know that they are not allowed in your space. Get out of my space. Hold on. My throat gets really dry, by the way, so I have to drink. This is my favorite stuff. Seltzer water. I drink it all the time. So if you enjoy seltzer water, hey. Let me see. Brandon said, lucky viewers get to hunt with you. Yes, so that's one of the things that I've done on my channel once before, is going ghost hunting with you guys, my subscribers. I actually asked earlier, maybe a month or two ago, if you wanted to do an investigation with me. I'm looking for more people to investigate with. And so I just asked you send me an email with your name, location, and if you're under 18, you have to have your parents' you know, consent, and then let me know where you would like to go within your area. And I'm going to be doing another one soon. If I do choose you to do the ghost hunt with, I'll let you know by email, all that stuff. But yeah, I do love going ghost hunting with you guys. Benji Explorer said, how do you feel about the ghost hunting apps? I do feel... I don't necessarily like the ghost hunting apps, and here's why. Things like, for example, a spirit box. People like to download the spirit box app and use that to try to communicate with spirits. But the fact is, your cell phone doesn't have an AM/FM transmitter in it. So it can't pick up on the AM/FM frequencies. And that's what this does, is it rapidly goes through, creates a white noise static going through the AM/FM fields, and spirits are said to talk to you while using that white noise. Your phone, it doesn't have that capability, so that's one reason I don't like to use it. And the other reason why I don't like to use it is because you never know what the app developers are going to program into those apps. They could program it to say multiple different things, so I feel like you could get false evidence. I think some people are leaving. Oh, Brandon says bye-bye. Nelly says bye. Thank you for coming and checking out the live stream. I'm glad you guys were here. Speaking of, I might as well just show you this now. Another piece of equipment that I use all the time is the spirit box. It's a love-hate relationship with the spirit box for me. I think it's a great piece of equipment because you get responses right away in the moment, which I like. But at the same time, I find it incredibly annoying. I don't like the loud white noise that it produces, but it is one of my favorite pieces of equipment to use just because you get that instantaneous response. And, you know, especially when you're asking questions, if you ask a specific question and you get a very specific answer back, it's a good way to verify that you might be talking to a spirit. Now, all of the equipment that I'm going to show you, even the spirit box, it's important to remember that all of these things work on theory. It's just theory behind these pieces of equipment. It's not 100% guaranteed that you are talking to a spirit, but, you know, it's what we have right now, and it's some of our best tools to use. Let's see. Lisa said, I honestly have not had much luck with my spirit box. All I hear is music because the FM doesn't scan fast enough. It's true. Let me ask you, Lisa, if you have this one in particular, in most spirit boxes, you can change the sweep rate for it to go faster or slower through the FM frequencies. And you can also change it to go in reverse or forward, so maybe try doing that and maybe you'll get better results that way. Let's see. Sad Bunny said, so bad, I live in Germany, would love to go on a ghost hunt. Oh yeah, you know what's funny is a lot of people that aren't into the paranormal, they don't really understand why we are into the paranormal. I know a lot of people. I get kind of weirded out telling people that, you know, I love to go ghost hunting. I love to go to these creepy places, because sometimes they don't understand and they're like, but why? Why do you want to hang out in a cemetery? Why do you want to hang out in a haunted house? And you know, for us, it's just, I want to catch that evidence. I want to prove that something else is there. Let's see. Jose said, is there a collab with Cryptid Hunter in your future? I would love to. And we have been talking, me and Cryptid, we've been talking back and forth. We were supposed to do a collab earlier this year, and it just didn't work out. But we are talking about possibly doing one in December. He has a really cool area that he is going to go back to, and he was nice enough to ask if I wanted to come with. So I really hope so. We're just kind of waiting to solidify some dates. But yeah, I would love to work with Cryptid Hunter, because I've been watching his channel for a long time. It's really awesome. Let's see. Roy Sufam said, I want to get a spirit box. Where'd you get yours from? There's a website called Ghost Stop, and you can find any piece of paranormal equipment you want in there. You can actually get it on Amazon too. Just type in spirit box or ghost box and it should come up. My mother said, when you spend a night somewhere, are you able to set your light screen up and use your camera with night light to run for a long period of time, like when you sleep? Yes, I am. So luckily, the camera that I have with night vision, it will run for a long time without shutting off. The only time I've done that was when I was at the Queen Mary, and me and Brittany was there with me, and we were like, well, let's take a little nap for a little bit, and we set the night vision to record us for a while, and I don't think we really caught much during that, but yeah, I do have the functionality to set it up while I sleep. Part of me is a little afraid to do that, because what if I watch the footage back and then some creepy ass ghost is like standing at the foot of my bed while I'm sleeping? Can you imagine how spooky that would be? That would be crazy. Kind of said, I like when you do investigations with Brady 44. I do too. I was just talking to her today, and I said we have to plan something for after the holidays. I love Brittany. I love hanging out with her. We always have so much fun. So yes, we will plan something again in the future. Let's see. See what you guys are saying. I think I'll show you another piece of equipment that I use. This is another one that I have a love-hate relationship with, and it's the Ovilus. The good thing about an Ovilus is that it's a lot quieter than a spirit box. When you turn it on, there is no white noise. It has a database of words inside of this, and spirits or ghosts are supposed to be able to communicate with this dice and use that library stored in here to talk to you. So instead of that white noise, it'll only say words when they come up. The good thing about that is you get really clear responses, and it stores them in the library, so you can go back and look at what responses you got. With this, it's hit or miss for me. Either it's really chatty and it's saying a bunch of words that just make no sense at all, or I get nothing. There has been a couple times that I did get some good responses. I went to the Whaley House in San Diego, and while I was there, I used this, and the best piece of evidence I got while using this is while we were there, it did say my name through the Ovilus. So that was the best piece of equipment, or best piece of best piece of evidence that I got while using the Ovilus. It's a great tool. It is one of the, I think it's probably the most expensive piece of equipment that I have, and honestly, I thought it was going to work a lot better than it does, so I probably wouldn't suggest this as anybody's like first piece of equipment. I would suggest a spirit box because I just think they're fairly inexpensive and they're easy to use. You get good results, and I like them a lot. Let me see, read what you're saying. Darren Bus said, if you had any choice for a location, where would you go? There's 2 locations that I would love to go to. One is kind of controversial. It's the Amityville house. And I know a lot of people don't believe what happened there. You know, lots of story what happened there. And that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But that house did see a big tragedy. And I think just the history and the legend behind the house makes it so unique and spectacular. And I would love to spend a night in the Amityville house. The other place that I would love to go to is the catacombs in Paris. I think the catacombs have just, for some reason, it's always fascinated me that they have these miles of tunnel underneath the city where all these bodies were stored and buried. And yeah, I would love to go into the catacombs too. But it kind of freaks me out because I would be so afraid of getting lost or, you know, running out of battery and not being able to see down there. So I would definitely want to go with somebody that is very well versed in the tunnels. Let's see. I hope I don't say your name wrong. Is it Ekuruyu? Sorry, I'm horrible at pronouncing things. They said I use a PSP7, great equipment, and an EMF detector, and an audio recorder. Yes, very, very good equipment. I don't have an audio recorder here with me. I think I've told you guys before. I don't use audio recorders that often because I feel like I have a pretty good microphone on my camera that I use. It's an external mic that I use, and it picks up audio really well. So I just use the audio from my camera when I'm recording to catch any EVPs or stuff that I might not hear with my ears. But yeah, what's it called? An audio recorder is a great piece of equipment. Daily Player asked, is my house haunted? Honestly, no, I don't think my house is haunted. I did have a weird experience here. There's a video that I did. I think I called it, Did a Spirit Follow Me Home, or Did a Ghost Follow Me Home? Where I did see something weird in my house just that one time. So if you want to watch that, go ahead. It was a weird, creepy experience, but nothing's happened since then. So I don't really think that my house is haunted. Weston Keeling said, I've ghost hunted for years and I've seen a lot, but hearing my mother's voice was the best. Wow, that would be such an awesome experience. You know, yeah, it's sad when you lose a loved one, but to get a piece of evidence like that, validating that that person is still around you, it must be really unique and really. It was probably really nice to hear their voice again. Ikaru asked, have I been to Zach Bagans Museum? I have. If you're ever in the area to go to Zach Bagans Museum, go. It is really, really cool. He has some awesome pieces of haunted objects there. Just tons and tons. And it's a really cool experience. You will love it. Tina said, I would love to see you go to Amityville and the catacombs. Yes, I would love that too. Kayla said, it would be cool if you collab with Kyla and Brady44. I have collabed with both of them. Me and Kyla just recently went to Salem together. We have like 3 video series on that. So look at the Salem videos I just did. I went there with Kyla. And Kyla and I also just went to the Sally House together. So we're both in the Sally House videos. And me and Brittany have done some videos together. We went to one of the hotels in Toronto, or Ontario, and we went to the Queen Mary together, and we went to the Villisca Axe Murder House together. So I have collabed with Kyla and Brittany, and we are always thinking of more collabs to do together in the future. I love both of them. They are my ghosty besties. Let me see. Ashley said, new ghost hunting tip: when equipment is acting up, always have a flashlight so you're not lost in the dark. That's what I would do. Yes. When I go ghost hunting, I make sure to have. I usually have 3 to 4 different flashlights with me. One, because you never know if the battery is going to drain fast and leave you without a flashlight, and I just like to have backups because y'all know me. I'm not a fan of the dark. Even though I love ghosts, I don't like to be in the dark. It freaks me out. Laura Bell said, would you ever want to go ghost hunting at the Sloss Furnace in Birmingham, Alabama? I would love to. Honestly, I'm usually down for any haunted location. I don't think there's one in particular that I would ever turn down. I'm always just so fascinated by different haunted places and the history behind them. And yeah, I would love to go there. Let me see. Richie Santiago said, what's up, Michael? Hope everything has been okay with you. Thank you. Yes, everything is going well. You know, if you didn't know, I have a vlog channel, and I recently posted a vlog where I feel, not really anymore, I feel like I'm getting over it, but for the past couple weeks, I felt like I was kind of in a slump where I didn't know what to film. I felt like videos weren't doing well on my channel. I was afraid that people were getting sick of my investigations and stuff like that. So I was kind of in a little slump for a little bit, but I'm coming out of it. I have some ideas of places I want to go next, so I am excited. I'm ready to get out there and start filming some more videos for you guys. I'm actually going to go this week, probably Wednesday, and film another video. So that should be out by the end of the week, and I think you guys will like that one too. Kathy says, hello, how are you? Let's see. Aiko says, are you an empath? I'm highly sensitive. I am. You know, I do think that there is a part of me that is a little bit more sensitive and kind of like an empath, because if I'm in a large group of people, I feel like I have a lot. I can feed off the energy a lot, especially if there's negative energy or high intense energy. And I think that's part of my anxiety. I don't know how to separate my feelings and emotions from what other people are feeling sometimes. I don't think I'm psychic or clairvoyant or anything like that, but I do think I'm kind of more attuned to people's feelings and feeling a crowd or an area or a space. Even going to a different haunted location, I can usually pick up on if it feels like there's a good energy there or a darker energy. Let's see. Shannon said they're opening an old asylum to the public near Detroit, I think, soon. That would be awesome. I am originally from Wisconsin, and I plan on going back to visit family there, and so maybe we can make a little detour to Michigan one time while we're there. Let's see. Panic D Videos says, it's been a minute, nice to see you. Hello, how are you guys? I hope you are doing well. It has been a minute. You know, for the last, let's see, September through the beginning of this month, I feel like it's just been crazy. I've been traveling so much, like Gettysburg and Salem, and it was just like place after place after place. And I think that's kind of another reason why I took a step back for a minute. I just needed to stop traveling, breathe, be home, be present in the moment, and just kind of like regroup. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody needs like time to regroup every now and then. Let's see. Sunny King said, is there anyone following you from the dark side like we saw in The Conjuring? I don't think so. I think it's very rare for ghosts or entities to follow you home. You know, so I personally, when I see people's videos where, oh, this ghost followed me home and this and that, I don't really buy into that. You have to think about it. These spirits have been at their location for decades, many years. It is very unlikely that they are just going to abandon where they've been for years to come home with you, because where they are, that's their home. That's what they know. And so like I said, it's very improbable for ghosts to just up and leave and be like, you know what, I'm going home with this dude. So yeah, I don't think I have anything negative following me around at all. Jill said, go ghost hunting with your mom. I would love to. Next time I'm home in Wisconsin, I will definitely find a place to take her and we will go ghost hunting. She's actually gone ghost hunting with me once before. This was many years ago before I started a YouTube channel, because if you didn't know, I've been going to creepy locations and ghost hunting before I ever had a YouTube channel. It's been a passion of mine before any of this. So my mom and some of my friends and Matt, we all went to this haunted church school that was in Wisconsin. It was in Beloit, I think, Beloit, Wisconsin. So we went there and spent a long time there. I think we were there till like 2 a.m., but it was really fun, and I would love to take her ghost hunting again. The Sisters Wood, hello. I'm glad you made it. What else? Panic D Video said, why would you ever want to leave the weather out there in Southern California? I don't. And you know, that's another reason why I'm not doing a lot of traveling right now, is because a lot of other places are cold and I don't want to go to the cold. So I'm staying here in California. I'm doing some local stuff during the winter while it's nice and warm here. Kenneth Wilkinson said, what do you think of Ed and Lorraine Warren? You know, I do have trust and faith in Ed and Lorraine Warren. Like any public figures, or I don't know, I do think some of what they encountered was embellished a little bit, but I do think they are great resources or people to go to. I think they're very knowledgeable about spirits and the paranormal. So, you know, I like them. I don't have anything against them. I think they're great. Gail says, hi Michael, I love you. Hi Gail, I love you too. My mom says yes, she is on board for going ghost hunting, so I'll have to take her ghost hunting now. Let's see, this is just what, thank you, I love you Michael, you inspire yourself. Thank you so much. Actually that's like the biggest compliment when people say that I inspire them to go ghost hunting. I think that's so cool. It's something that I love, and sharing my hobby or love with you guys and it inspiring you to go out, that's awesome. Let me show you another piece of equipment that I use. It's something that I got recently. It is the spirit dice. I think I've done one video with spirit dice so far. If you're unfamiliar with them, or if you haven't seen my video, they are dice that have letters all the way around them. Some of them say yes, no, maybe. And what you do is you ask spirits questions. A lot of times it's better if you hold the dice in your hands and shake them and then throw them down, because, you know, everything is through energy. So your energy, the spirit's energy, I think you'll get better responses if you hold the dice when you toss them out. But you're supposed to ask questions, and spirits are supposed to answer you using the dice. And I used them once while I was at a place here in Corona. It's called Hell's Gate. I want to use them more often. As you can see, they're not the most travel friendly, unfortunate, but I think they're a really cool piece of equipment. It's something that I don't see people use a lot, and so I think that's another reason why I like them. I like to do stuff on my channel that I haven't seen a lot of other people do, and so using spirit dice I think is something unique and something fun, a different way to communicate, different way to get answers. So I love using the spirit dice as well. Let's see. I'm going to laugh at your name. I'm sorry. Dangus Dong. Hi, Michael. Not sure if you answered this already, but do you believe what happened to you and Brittany during the elevator game was real, or do you believe it was just the elevator itself? That's a good question, because I don't know. here's the thing, that elevator, those elevators in that hotel are said to be haunted. And it's said that they act up a lot when people are in it. Do I know for sure if it was spirit activity playing with the elevators? I'm not sure, but I do think it was odd that so much happened while we were in there. Between doors not opening or closing suddenly, and then, you know, pressing buttons and it not letting us go to that floor. It was definitely spooky. It did creep us out. I can't say 100% if it was paranormal or not, but you never know. It could have been. Let's see. Marilyn said, what city do you live in? Love you. I live in California. I live in the Riverside area, if you know where that is. It's in the Inland Empire. It's kind of like maybe an hour and a half outside of LA, depending on traffic, sometimes longer. Let's see. Have you been to the Hinsdale house yet? I have not been to the Hinsdale house yet, but it's one of the places that I had been looking into. I think it's really cool. I hear a lot of people have amazing responses while they're there, so I'd love to check out the Hinsdale house. Hold on, I need a drink. Charlie said they're supposed to be going to the Hinsdale house in a few weeks. That is awesome. I hope you catch some really great evidence. If you do, make sure to let me know how it goes. Just tweet me or Instagram me, something like that. Let me know how your experience is, because I would love to go there. Gail said, you are my favorite investigator, the most honest, and I'm so glad I came across your channel. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And like I said before, my credibility as a paranormal investigator comes first. So any activity that I catch on my channel, it's real, it's honest. There are a lot of times that I go places and I don't catch much of anything, and that's how investigating goes. But and you know, that's the thing too. Even though sometimes you don't catch a lot of evidence, I still try to make my videos creepy with different music and jump shots or jump scares and stuff like that, because like I said, that's the nature of it. You're not always going to catch ghosts, but you can still make an entertaining video without faking things. Let's see. Nelly said, what do you think is a reasonable price for a place? Do you mean like when you're renting a space to go ghost hunting, or I'm not sure what you mean. Please clarify and I will answer your question. Marilyn said, have you ever gotten a spirit on camera? I don't think that I've ever caught an apparition on camera. I would love to. I don't think I've ever even seen an apparition in person. I've seen shadows. I've seen shadow people. I don't think I've ever caught shadow people on camera, but I would love to. That would be like a dream to catch. Sarah Goldfarb asked, do the rods ever work? Since you're asking, I will show you my 2 sets of spirit rods or dowsing rods, whatever you want to call them. I have 2 different pair. One's a little bit more fancy than the other pair. This is just like a very simple pair that you can get on Amazon or eBay. They're spirit rods, dowsing rods. You're supposed to be able to communicate with spirits with them. You hold them still, ask the spirits to cross the rods for yes, or put them apart for no, whichever. I've used them a couple times now on investigations, and I haven't had any luck with them. Not saying that I won't in the future, but as of right now, I haven't had any success using the spirit rods. I do have a more fun pair. This is the other pair of spirit rods that I have. I think these ones are really cool because they have the quartz crystal attached to them, and I think that's really cool. And they're a little bit heavier, a little bit more sturdy, a little thicker. It hit me in the motherfucking face. But yeah, this is the other pair that I have. I don't usually travel with these ones because I'm kind of afraid that the crystal will get knocked loose or something while I'm traveling. But those are the 2 pair of spirit rods that I have. like I said, I haven't had much luck with them yet, but I will always keep using them and keep trying because you never know if it's going to work or not. Each investigation is a little bit different. Let's see. Eerie said, do you think what happened in your summoning Slenderman video was just a coincidence? I don't know. That was so weird. That was probably one of the weirdest things and creepiest thing that's ever happened to me. If you guys didn't know, I did a video. Well, I did a summoning ritual of Slenderman in the woods. And at the end of the ritual, when you turn around, you're supposed to see Slenderman. I turned around, I didn't see anything. But I did bring my spirit box with me, and I thought, well, let's try and communicate if there's anything here. So I turned on my spirit box, and it sounds like something said Slenderman through the spirit box. Now, I don't know if that was just maybe a spirit in the area trying to mess with me or what, but it did freak me out. Royce family is going. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you so much. Thanks for always being so supportive, and thank you for coming. Sarah Goldfarb said, do you ever get nervous at night in cemeteries? I do. A lot of times I'll bring people with me if I'm going somewhere at night just to be safe, but if I do have to go alone, I always bring protection. I bring my taser or my knife or mace with me. But I do get scared, you know? My mother is going to bed. Good night, Mother. I'll help. We'll plan a ghost hunting trip soon. Let me see. I want to show you the next piece of equipment. It's something new that I just got recently. I used it in my Instagram video. So if you guys didn't know, I recently just did a video. It was Instagram followers control my ghost hunt. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. For some reason that video is not doing very well. I don't know if people just aren't interested in it or what. But here's a pendulum. I'm not going to probably be able to like get it real focused because whatever. But here's a pendulum. It has a crystal on the end of it. And then you also have this board here. And on the board it says ask later, yes, no, maybe, so on and so forth. When you're using it to talk to spirits, you're supposed to hold the pendulum over. You ask your questions and it's supposed to sway back and forth either to yes or to no, maybe ask later. It's really cool. I think it's a neat piece of equipment. I've only gotten to use it once, and that was in the most recent video I did. But I would love to try and use it again. And this is actually something that I got when I went to Salem with Kyla. So if you haven't seen my Salem videos, go check that out because that was a lot of fun going to Salem with them. Let me catch up on what you guys are saying real quick. Mackenzie asks, have I ever held a haunted doll before? I have a haunted doll down here. I did a couple videos on my haunted doll. I don't actually think she's haunted. I think I got scammed on eBay, but so technically I have. I want to show you guys the other two pieces of equipment really quick because they are my favorite. They're my Ouija boards. I have two of them, and I don't think I've ever showed them to you guys yet. Maybe I have briefly, but I don't know. Real quick, Jill said, might be off topic, but do you read tarot cards? I don't. I have no idea how to. My friend Christine in Florida, she used to read tarot cards, so maybe she could give me a lesson or two. Kevin said I really like the crystal board. Yeah, I think it's really cool too. I want to try using it again. Panic Tea video said, you have many toys. I thought I had a lot. Yeah, I know. It keeps growing. Let me show you the two boards that I have. I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones first. Ugh. Now, the boards that I have, I don't use them because they're not very functional. And I'll show you why in a minute. But this is one of the boards. I'm going to cover my face for a second. I got this board and this planchette off of Etsy. If you guys are ever looking for some really cool pieces or some really cool Ouija boards, I suggest going to Etsy. I really love this board, but with this this skull in the middle, it actually protrudes. So it's really hard to move this planchette around and it gets in the way. So that's why I don't necessarily use this board to communicate. It's more of just decoration. I usually have it on my shelf behind me. But like I said, it's one of my favorite Ouija boards that I have. I think it's, I don't know, it's just, I think it's so cool to look at. And the fact that somebody made that, like, that is talent. I could never make something like that. And the other one I have, this one I would love to use more when I go to locations. The problem is this one is fairly big and heavy, and it's not the easiest to travel with. And that is this one here. It's another one that I got off of, oh my god, I might have to back up. This is another one that I got off of Etsy. I believe the people make these custom. This one is a lot easier to use and for the planchette to move around. So this one actually could be used during an investigation, and I would love to try using it in an upcoming investigation. But I love those two Ouija boards so much. I think they are so cool. I think the amount of time and energy somebody put into making those is just phenomenal. Now, just a disclaimer, I ordered both of those off of Etsy, and they came from across seas, so it does take a long time for them to come. I think I waited maybe a month and a half for each one of those to come, but I think it was worth the wait. I think they're really cool. The sister was, I love your ghost hunting equipment. Thank you. I love it too. I just love collecting different ways to communicate with spirits, because I think spirits are a lot like us, and I think just how we connect with some things better, I think spirits connect with things better. And some may like to communicate with the dowsing rods, some may like Ouija boards, some might like the spirit box. I think it's all preference, so I think it's really cool. But yeah, do you guys have any last questions for me? I think that's all. Yeah, that's all I had to show as far as my equipment right now. But my main goal is just show you guys and come hang out and answer any questions you guys might have. I've said this before in my live streams, but live streams are one of my favorite things to do because of this. I get to see your guys' comments in real time. I get to talk to you. I get to know you guys a little bit better. And, you know, that's why I started a channel, is to grow a community of like-minded people who come together over a bond like the paranormal or something like that. And it's just so, it's awesome getting to know each and one of you. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Gail said, do any of your dolls give you weird vibes? No, I don't, not really. I'm used to them. A lot of people that come to my house, if they're staying overnight, they will shut the door to my office because they don't even want to see them. But they don't really give me bad vibes at all. I think it's just because I'm used to them. I know there's nothing really attached to them, so they don't really creep me out. Eerie, ever had a scary cryptid encounter like the Mothman or Bigfoot? I haven't. I did one video where we went out kind of looking for Bigfoot a little bit, and we didn't find anything. I would love to go looking for the Jersey Devil. I would love to go hunting for the Mothman. I would love to do another video looking for Bigfoot. I think that would be so cool, especially if I could camp out overnight and do that. I think that would be awesome. Panic Video said, how did I like Gettysburg? I thought Gettysburg was awesome. Just the feel of the town when you walk in, it's like stepping back in time, and it just, the city or the town has just such a vibe to it. And the battlefield and Devil's Den and Sachs Covered Bridge, and there's just so many unique locations to go to. I really, really liked it. Have I done any ghost tours and any crazy experiences? I've done a lot of ghost tours. I haven't led any ghost tours. You know what's funny? I actually got approached by a company couple months ago asking if I wanted to lead ghost tours on areas here in Southern California, and I turned it down just because I get really nervous in those types of situations. You know, like I have anxiety, and besides being on YouTube, I'm usually a very introverted person. I'm quiet. I usually keep to myself, and so it made me really nervous to have to lead an investigation. And I was like, I don't think that's for me. But and no, I haven't really had any like crazy experiences. Let's see. The sisters would. You'd love to make me a Ouija board? I would love that. Let me know, like, contact me. Let's work something out. Also, we have to go ghost hunting together because you guys are right here in my neck of the woods. So we have to get together and go ghost hunting together. Let's see. Yes, Nelly said, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes. Have I been to the Winchester Mystery House? I have. I love the Winchester Mystery House. Love it, love it, love it. I think it's such a unique place. Megan said, can't wait to do an investigation with you at our museum. Yes, Megan. Send me a message. Let's work something out. Let's do it. I'm usually free in the evening. I'm usually free on the weekend. So send me a DM and let's set a date for that. We'll do it. Other than that, you guys, I think I'm going to go. It's about time for me to get some dinner. Like I said, if you guys aren't getting my notifications on YouTube, make sure to hit the notification bell. And if you're still not, follow me on Twitter or on Instagram. That's I'll always tweet out that I'm, you know, releasing a video on there. And plus, you'll know where I'm going next and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I need to eat some dinner. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Like I said, I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I love getting to know you guys better through these live streams. So I really appreciate that you guys came and hung out with me. And like I said, I'm going to be going, I think on Wednesday, to film a video, and I think that video will be out on Friday then. So look forward to that. Maybe I'll do another live stream at the location. But like I said, thank you guys for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.